learning to be as relaxed as you possibly can in as much pain as you possibly can be. Hi, I'm Stephen Scullion, and I'm about to take you under the armour. How do you train your mind? Picture a whiteboard, and it's your whiteboard of accountability. And what you put up on that whiteboard is everything, all your bad habits, all the things you do bad. My discipline's awful. I'm not patient enough. I try too hard in training. I'm insecure about my fitness and I push too hard. Put all the bad stuff up there and then start to figure out how you can stop doing those bad things and how you can work on your psychology in life, discipline in training. That's going to lead to discipline in races. So mind comes in life first, then it comes in training, then it's executed in races. It's that simple. What is one word you'd use to describe your mindset when competing? Simple. I'm an animal. When I'm on the start line, I could be that aggressive as a lion, like just ready for whatever's going to come, because I've been through the struggle. When life tries to batter you down, when relationships try to batter you down, when training, weather, when all these things are working against you, but you're just an animal. You just rip through it and you get to the start line. And then when you get to the start line, you can smile and just appreciate being able to show all this hard work that you've put in. What is one piece of advice you'd give young athletes to build focus and resilience? Resilience is built on the disappointments. Resilience is built on the days that you're sad, the days that you go home, the days you didn't get picked for, your team, the days that you didn't, race well in a cross country race, because you go home and figure out how to do better. And that's resilience, and that's how you'll make your next competition better. How do you build belief in yourself? How I learned to build belief in myself was knowledge of the sport, knowledge of what it takes to be brilliant at that sport, the absolute best, and then figured out a way, whether that meant training, whether that meant psychological, what does it take to be a champion? And then I backtracked and I figured out where I was, and I built a plan and a system that I was confident in to get there. I became confident in knowing I was doing everything I could to get to champion, and that in itself builds belief. Can you tell us about a race where training your mind made a difference in your success? Dublin Marathon in 2019. It's in Ireland. I just came off of World Championships. I was very popular in Ireland. I knew the fans were going to be going crazy. But I actually knew that for 20 miles I had to ignore the noise. Come on, Scully, come on, Lion. If I let all that get to me, I'd start to execute my race with emotion, and I wouldn't execute it with the discipline and logical plan that I'd built, that I knew was rock solid, that I knew could get me to the finish line, A to B, as fast as you possibly can. How the race unfolded was lots of noise, but I got to the end of the hills in about 12th place, and I finished second. Probably one of my best races to date. How do you use mindfulness techniques to enhance your runs? Something people don't do is realize that racing's much harder than training. So I often think to be able to race better than you training needs to be not easy, but you certainly need to be in a relaxed state. Learning to be as relaxed as you possibly can in as much pain as you possibly can be. And the reason that's really, really important is because to race for a half marathon, a marathon, even a 10K, it's too long that you can run the whole thing like tensed up and straining, and you can save that for 200 meters to go. You need to learn to work at the highest possible effort, being in the most relaxed possible state you can be. It takes practice, but it's really, really important to work on that. What is going through your mind when you are in a race? Racing to be on a start line in itself is worth celebrating, but also expect to probably experience every emotion on the spectrum all in 1 to how many hours you might be out for a half marathon or marathon. It's exhilarating. It's everything. It's all the emotions that I personally think that's living. That something can mean so much to you that it puts you through a world of different emotions in a day is crazy. People are trying to move to a place in their mind that they don't experience negativity, that they don't get anxious, that they don't get nervous, that they don't worry, that they don't panic when things start going bad. You don't need to ever get there. I'm not there. I've been practicing this for 20 years. You just need to be able to manage those emotions when they come. Just get through that mile. Get through that next 2 minutes of the race. Get through that next 5 minutes of the race, because you've no idea that at the other side of that rough patch, you might come into a really good rhythm and all that hard work will be worth it. And if it doesn't work out that way, just get yourself to the finish line and at least go home knowing I did that. They couldn't take that away from me. Thanks for joining me and letting me take you under the armour. I look forward to joining you all on the road, trails, and in competitions in the near future.